Okay, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews, and we're back with the Romanoffs. I'm a little late on this, but had Daredevil to do. So this is episode 3 of the Romanoffs, called House of Special Purpose. And so episode 3 of this anthology show about people that have to do with the Romanoffs. It's all about, that's the connection to all these episodes. And I'm loving this, but god damn, was this bizarre and weird and dark, and I refused to believe what I was seeing near the end. Like, I wasn't going along with it. I was like, there's no way that this is what this is. And then the end came, and I was like, damn. Because I felt really sad, like at the very end. And some of this stuff just makes no sense. There's a few things in there that don't make sense. But again, Matthew Weiner does a really great job. It's hard to see this as mini movies. I want to see more of these characters. I want to see more of this world. So having these one shots is good. I don't know. There's something just slightly missing because of only getting this much of each story. But Christina Hendricks in this is, I love Christina Hendricks. She's a great actress. She's so beautiful. She's one of those ladies that, you can go, oh man, what I would like to, wow, as a man, you look at her. I'm just saying that, I couldn't handle her. I wouldn't know what to do if that girl was chatting me up. I'd be like, I can't. I don't know what to do. Why are you talking to me? I can't handle you. But she's fantastic in this. Paul Reiser is good in this as well. He doesn't have that much to do. Jack Houston from Boardwalk Empire. I refuse to see Ben-Hur, but I do like Jack Houston a lot. Boardwalk Empire, his character on that, man, just... So I've been a fan of his since that. I got some other actors in here that are just so small. And Isabella Huppert, I'm sure I've seen her in things. Seems like every one of these so far has somebody that I've never seen before. And they seem to be French. So I don't know. It doesn't matter. But from the very beginning of this episode, full spoilers by the way, I felt like I was watching a kind of a modern, the very first shots of this driver taking the Christina Hendricks to the movie shoot, or what she thought of as the hotel. I felt like I was watching one of the old Universal monster movies, like Dracula, the carriage driver, taking your hero that's probably in for a bad time to a bad, to a dark castle on a stormy night. Just the way it was written and the way it felt very foreboding, like they were leading someone to their doom. It felt kind of like a Kubrick type thing. Just a little bit. So it's a mix of that with old horror. And so I was like, okay, all right. Because they get to the set and everything about this feels kind of unreal, and dreamlike a little bit, nightmarish a little bit. Even though it seems mundane, it still seems off from the very beginning. The way people treat her and everything. And, I've heard of method acting, but method directing, that's something else. Christina Hendricks' character has always wanted to work with this lady, and, she's heard things about her, and, yeah, she's off. She's way off. I just didn't know how off she was and what she was willing to do to get a performance out of someone. Because that's pretty much all this really is in the end, is trying to get a incredible, believable, realistic performance from her. And she keeps getting told about this lady's obsession with realism and reality. And while I'm hearing all that, I'm like, yeah, sure. But I just didn't think that it would go to the depths that it does. And she just seems fucking crazy. Like, why would anybody let her do this? Now, it is in Europe, so and I'm not saying people in Europe are crazy, but I'm also saying that I don't know how things are really done over there. So who's to say what's normal? I also like, that this is like a investor shoot, investor funded movie. That's a lot of movies, but like some of these movies that we get that are like direct to DVD, that got a lot of European backing. The investors in this appear to be from America, but how, they get these big stars to, they pay them a ton of money to be in like these small kind of shitty movies. I thought that was kind of interesting how they dealt with that here. And I also felt like, just everything that was going on for her character, just like the concierge at the desk saying, everybody pretending they don't speak English, saying that there's no bar when there's a bar, like all these things that just are making her nuts. And all these people in on making this performance, and they've not told her. And she's just lost her mother. She is, in a very fragile state. And, if I'm her, like if it's me, but her, I would have bounced. Like when she first initially wants to bounce, and he's like, well, you'll never work again. I was like, that's bullshit. Like he's saying something about insurance and stuff, like you'll be uninsurable and things like that. Look, if Mel Gibson can go on a racist tirade and then go on to acting and directing and getting a praise and things like that, but after that, I think you can walk away from a shitty investors movie. I think you can. I think it would have been fine. But as far as the story wanted, it had to go this way. And so she finally snaps and can't take it anymore. And because the director is acting so bizarre. Like when we meet the investors, and she goes into that trance, and cursing one of the investors, and she falling over fainting and everything. And then when she tells, sits down with the director, and they talk about things and how she's not really a Romanoff. She just said this to get the job, and we're women. And that I felt was a little thrown in there, but she says that she's going to do what she wants to get the best performance. Like, I agree to this. She feels sympathy for the director, and so she thinks everything's fine. And then she basically just gave this director permission to go fucking insane. And that's what happens to me. It's just pure insanity. Like, anybody that would do this is in deep fucking shit, including her goddamn agent, who shows up and, I feel like, oh God, like there was hope, like she was getting away. But then as soon as she went to bed, I went, something's gonna happen here. And it does. And when I heard the knocking, I was like, okay, look, this is real life. So somebody's gonna be at the door, and she's gonna think she's back in time. And that's what it is. These guys show up at her door. They're so committed to acting like they're Russians from the way back, and that she's the empress. And they take her away, and they put her in the room with the rest of the family, like the opening of the show, like how the real Romanoffs died. And through the whole thing, I was like, they're not really going to kill her. I kept saying, they're not going to do that. They can't. They can't just, like she didn't, like the whole world that she was in making a movie wasn't some weird, elaborate fantasy of the real life person seeing some weird future right before she died. And then they opened fire, and I'm like, oh God, like it was really well done. So well done that I was like, okay, but they didn't shoot her. So I went, okay, I guess they're squibs. And then she falls over, and it's revealed, oh, it's a fucking shoot. She yells, cut, great, fantastic, except now she's dead. Because in that other thing, the guy said that the girl that was cursed got frightened to death. And Christina Hendricks says, I don't think that's a real thing. And then it happens. And she dies. And that's when I got sad, because I was like, she just lost her mother, and now she's been involved with this shoot in a fragile state. And these people fucking killed her to make her give a great performance. And that's just insanity. It's incredibly well done. I'm not going to say it's entertaining, because most of it's just like, I'm confused. Like, as her, I'm in with this character. And so it was like enthralling, not entertaining. I was absorbed into this. I was like, I couldn't look away. I was going to wonder what was going to happen, because there's all these things that made it feel like you're kind of watching a supernatural thing, but how much is in real life and how much is just somebody's fucked up, perception of things. And like when Christina Hendricks and her are talking right after she had her trance, and everybody's acting like it was, oh, you're just stressed. No. Okay, somebody that does that, they're fucking cuckoo. You got to get them help. They shouldn't be directing anyone. And if it's all elaborate ruse, which it appears that this whole thing, everything that was happening was a ruse to just get her more upset and more believable and more stressed. And they stressed her to the point of death. And that's tragic. And I guess it's supposed to be like some tragically funny. I don't know. I didn't find it funny. I thought it was incredibly sad that this person died for their art to get this, people say they die for their art. Well, she didn't want to die for her art. She wanted to go home. She just wanted to go home, and they killed her. And I know that this is where this is about like what my reviews are in the end about, is my personal take on it, my personal feelings I take away from this. And I'm mad that they killed her. It's a really great episode, but I didn't like the end result, just because it's just too fucked up. Because you think that because Paul Reiser's looking at the director, and he's like going, what the fuck is her problem? What's wrong with this director? She's cuckoo. So when the end happens, I was like, wait, you were in on it? So it's a fantastic, I'm glad that this challenges me. The show is definitely challenged. Up till now, it was good. Now it's great, and it's really fucking me up. So if you can get that kind of reaction out of somebody, you're doing something right. And Matthew Weiner is doing it right. And Christina Hendricks was so good in this, and I just feel so bad for her character. It's just so goddamn sad, but just so filmed and acted so well, and just everybody owns it. So anyway, that's it. I can't wait for this Friday's episode. I haven't seen a trailer or anything for it, but I will keep an eye out for it. So hopefully I'll be able to get that one up quicker than this one. So that was the House of Special Purpose. Hope you liked watching it with me. If you did like this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. Otherwise, this is Rob from Smirking Interviews saying we will see you on the next video. Bye.